Are you ready to turn silver into your financial shield before the storm hits? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So just to start off this evening, I am presenting to you, look at that sucker right there, the Lion King. And I mean, this piece right here speaks for itself. It's timeless, it is elegant, and of course it takes us back to a much better time here in America. Many would argue a much simpler time in America before the internet, before cell phones, at least cell phones for the majority of the population, as we see now, where you walk around, everybody's just looking at their phone. That wasn't the case back in the 90s when this film was released. From the Queensland Mint, here we have a 1 ounce 2020 Silver Disney Lion King Circle of Life piece. Right here, you look at the verse, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And we're looking at Ian Rank Broadley's Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the country and, of course, face value. But look at that. Very, very pleasing. Then you go to the reverse, which, of course, is the most important part of this round. But we see Rafiki standing on Pride Rock while holding up baby Simba. Below this is the Disney logo and the Lion King engraved on the coin. Also included is the metal content, purity, and Disney copyright for further authentication. Currently, I am seeing these for around $43-44, and I think that is very, very fair considering what you're looking at. And real quick, before I continue, I want to give a quick shout out to my loyal subscriber. This is KTB Silver, a comment from the other night. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine with my son in the theater, and it's awesome. Not really suitable for young kids, though. Great comment right there coming from KTB Silver, and yes, they are making reference to the Wolverine piece that I was showing a couple nights ago. So, very appreciative. And yeah, I heard so many good things about the film, mainly good things. And of course, they're both great actors, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I mean, where can you go wrong? You got massive blockbuster movie stars, and then Deadpool and Wolverine. So I imagine it's a very entertaining film, very fun film. But to get more into a serious topic, a more relevant topic, as we look at the current landscape of the U.S. economy, it's clear that the ground is shifting. With political proposals like Donald Trump's suggested 10% cap on credit card interest rates, there's a major conversation happening about credit, lending, and the future of consumer debt. Whether or not Trump wins, the impact of these policies will ripple through the financial sector, with nearly 10% of borrowers already behind on their bills, and some in subprime categories facing even worse defaults. Credit companies will tighten their belts. If lenders are capped at a 10% interest rate while defaults rise, they simply won't lend to anyone they perceive as a risk. And can you blame them? As a result, access to credit will likely become increasingly restricted. That means ordinary consumers who rely on credit cards to cover rent, bills, and everyday expenses, which this is many Americans, will find themselves locked out. As a domino effect, we will see a contraction in personal loans, auto loans, and even small business credit, which will only further suffocate an already struggling economy. When credit tightens, people will have to find other ways to cover their needs. And when liquidity dries up, people often turn to selling their assets. I'm seeing it. You're seeing it. We're all seeing it. It's happening all around us in real time. That's why now is a critical time to protect yourself by investing in something tangible, something that won't evaporate with the next financial crisis. And of course, it's silver. Silver, unlike paper assets, made up assets, funny money, silver's real. It holds intrinsic value and doesn't depend on someone else paying back a loan or the whims of government policy. As credit lines tighten and the economy becomes more unpredictable, the demand for silver will only rise, and it's already rising. I mean, look at what's happening right now with gold. My goodness. When stocks, crypto, and other liquid assets begin to crash due to people needing quick cash, those holding silver will have something concrete to rely on. Let's not forget, the wealthiest people in the world, Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, they're all unloading stocks and hoarding cash, which tells us that a major financial shift is coming. If billionaires are preparing for a downturn, we should be too. Silver isn't just for hedge funds or big-time investors. It's for anyone who wants to secure their financial future in a world where credit lines will surely vanish overnight as they have in the past. But folks, thank you so much for joining us for another evening of Silver Dad Knows. If you please do like my content, go ahead and share it, share the message. Of course, like my videos. It really, really helps the algorithm. But yes, folks, God bless you, God bless your household, and God bless America.